What is going on, guys? Welcome back to the channel. Critical Overload here. We're going to be talking about Scream 7 in this video here today. Before I get into that, I just want to say I hope that everyone had a wonderful Christmas yesterday, no matter how you spent it. I hope it was full of love and joy. But let's dive into Scream 7. So I made a prediction recently about the Scream 7 trailer, the new one, dropping the first week of January. A couple of you did remind me that Primate is dropping that week, so I'm even more comfortable predicting first week of January as the time we will get the second and final trailer for Scream 7. I also predicted that the very same day they'd have character posters, tickets would go on sale, all that stuff. Now, Ghostface was in the Christmas spirit yesterday, I guess, because we did get a little teaser showing off a gift to Sydney that said you better watch out. Short, to the point, and very festive of them, but fans want to see the new trailer, a trailer that will probably put an end to these unrealistic and overly high expectations. Show off how Stu Macher is going to be used solely to taunt Sydney. Confirm the secret cast member by revealing this person in the trailer. You might as well. Show Sydney smashing Ghostface with a birdhouse, because I know a sequence like that was at least shot and edited into a cut of the film, and show off the Tatum friend group. Show off anything that is not just confirming that this is centered around Sydney Prescott, because we already know that to be true from the first trailer. But how long is the trailer going to be? I think I might have the answer. Now, shout out to you, Faku, because you sent this to me. But a trailer classification site for British Columbia seems to point the finger at a new trailer being rated on December 15th, and the runtime is 1 minute and 31 seconds. Now, we could always get something a bit longer. It's just rare that these classification sites are off from my experience. I think that the runtime will be used to show off the AI aspects, confirm the secret cast member, and give us more chase scene footage too, hopefully. Now, I'm starting to see more of you chiming in after those recent leaks to say that this franchise is out of ideas. So I wanted to address that really quick. I wouldn't say that the franchise is out of ideas, like altogether. I'm not going to say that. This alleged angle is something that I do love. So I'm not going to say that the franchise is out of ideas. But you could argue it's simply not willing to explore too many other viable options and ideas because of the fact that the story is about Sydney Prescott again, a character who comes with a resume full of creative restrictions due to agreed upon conditions that exist from her well established journey from Scream to where we are now in Scream 7. You're going to hit a wall with a character like that. And it's nice to see people having healthy conversations about how to move on from her once and for all, because it's time. It just really is time. You cannot keep doing what you're doing with Sydney, because you're going to hit a wall at some point, and it's going to be a very hard hit if you do not stop and just change course with this franchise. A movie about a town being tormented by a masked Ghostface killer, inspired by the last 7 movies, sounds like a solid place to start for an eventual Scream 8, 9, or whatever the case may be. When you decide to get away from Sidney Prescott, this series might need to shed its current skin due to the producers making it known they already plan to milk it. So doing that with Nev Campbell, Courtney Cox, and David Arquette never seemed to be a smart long-term plan anyway. You can call this movie Ghostface and just go from there. It's the same world, but this is just a straightforward slasher with no meta edge to it. It's a lot darker, grittier, just a dark story about a town being tormented. In my head, this film can end with the person being caught. They get interrogated by police. And since tenured Scream fans go crazy for a motive and are already expecting something like that to be revealed, when asked what the reason for this is during said interrogation scene, the person could taunt us a bit because at this point we're dying to know why they did this. But the person can simply just say, it's not time for you to know that yet, hinting that something bigger could be at play. And then we'll get more in the inevitable sequels that come. Just that's how I would approach like a reboot of Scream. That's how I would approach it. Now, in my mind, this all gets revealed to be an elaborate scheme by a couple of people who were deeply inspired by Mickey Altieri's motive from Scream 2. Of course, he never got to see that come to fruition, but they're deeply motivated by that and inspired by Mickey. I would love to see something that really taps into Mickey's influence on the current state of the crazies that exist out there. I would love to see something like that. But what do you guys think about that trailer runtime and these other comments from me as it pertains to Scream 7 and the future of this franchise? Let me know all your thoughts down in the comment section below. Bit of a shorter video today. I'm not really all that well. I'm a bit under the weather, actually. But you guys let me know what you think about all this down in the comment section below. If you haven't already, of course, make sure you subscribe, turn on post notifications so you can never miss a video. In the description, I have links to all of my social media accounts. I'm on Facebook, Twitter, and Instagram. You can message me there, of course. Let me know if there are any movies, news, or reviews you'd like me to cover in the future. And with all that in mind, guys, I will see you in the next video.
Okay, I just saw a person post on here that I blocked people that called me out. No, I blocked you because I'm not going to argue with you. I know I'm right. Like, I know I'm right. The source is closer than all of y'all. And also, the person that said that they saw Gypsy in Walmart with Ken, I know you're a liar because I have screen recordings and people have sent me footage of her in Walmart by herself with the baby. Like, y'all don't realize, like, stuff just falls in my lap. people send me stuff. And then there's people that are in the situation that tell me what's going on and show me what's going on. So I block you because I'm not going to argue with you. You're not calling me out because I know what I know. You're sitting at home. I know what I know. I've seen it. I'm not going to argue with you because I don't care about what you have to say. If I know I'm right and you want to come on here and think you're calling me out, I'm going to let you do that. But guess what? The one thing about YouTube is you can still see my content. So I hope you see this. I blocked you on here too because I don't care about what you have to say because I know I'm right. Okay? So you could go to hell. I said what I said. I don't owe you to be in my space. I could block whoever the hell I want to block. And if you got a problem with it, that's your problem. I don't care how you feel. I don't know you from a can of paint. So I hope you're watching this on your blocked account and you want to respond, but you can't. Go get a burner and respond so I can block that one too. Okay? Thank you. But y'all, I had to put this up here because that was so annoying just now. I was like, is this lady for real? Like, what is wrong with her? Like, she's a mental health patient. So you get blocked and you go on your account on it and then say you blocked me for like, you're weird. That's weird activity. I would never comment or talk to that person ever again if you block me. Like, I don't care. But anyway, y'all, I just had to put this out here. Y'all sit down. Gypsy Rose Blanchard allegedly got left by her man. Yes, Christmas is canceled at their house. And yeah, allegedly Ken said that he is going to use the videos against her. This is what she deserved. She's having the Christmas she deserved. She still hasn't taken any accountability for those videos. She acts like it's not a big deal, and everybody sees what she's willing to do to a child. And yeah, Gypsy is not with her man on Christmas, allegedly. And the fact that the videos are going to be used against her, yes. Ken, I don't like you, but you ate down with that. You ate down with that. She'll probably go back to Ryan. Like, y'all pay attention because in the next 2-3 weeks, I wouldn't be surprised if we didn't see Ryan Anderson out here simping for her. We know how he rolls. We know how she rolls. We know that she uses everybody. It's about to get really juicy. What do y'all think? Drop your comments down below because I want to know how y'all feel. This was a very credible source that told me. Again, I said it's alleged. But yeah, let's just keep our eyes open. This is where things are going to get juicy. Don't let the Christmas photos fool you. But there's something that I misspoke on and I want to correct. Ken did not leave Gypsy. Ken kicked Gypsy out the house. Gypsy is now living with Christy. The photos you saw was not photos from Christy's house. Okay. Christmas Eve was at a family member's house. Ken went to go visit Aurora, and he's taking her for the day today. Now, allegedly, Ken is going through a lot right now, and after seeing the FOIA videos of her offering up her daughter to Nicholas Godejohn when she turns 13, he has been, I guess, prescribed medication to help cope with what's going on. Allegedly. Y'all take this for what you want, but when I say the source is credible, it's credible. So I was told, do not let those pictures fool you. Okay, so take that for what you want. Just take it for what you want. But anyway, Merry Christmas. I want to spend Christmas with my kids, and I'll catch up with you guys later.
What I'd ever do without you. Like I said before I met you, I only went on the dating site to kind of see what was out there. I wasn't actually expecting to find my soulmate. Before I met you, I had plans to become a nun, and I didn't really know if that's what I wanted to do with my life, or if I wanted to see if I could find my soulmate. So I took a chance.
Let's slow this down because this clip gets misunderstood on purpose. In this video, Gypsy Rose Blanchard is not talking about her age. She's talking about how she presents herself. I want y'all to listen to the language. She says she wasn't really looking for anything. She says she was just seeing what was out there, as in she was on the dating app just because. Now, mind you, this is a Christian dating app. She says she had plans on becoming a nun. Yes, you heard me. She frames herself as unsure, innocent, and searching, okay, for soft. And that matters because presentation is not accidental, it's strategic. This is how narratives are built, not with one lie, but with carefully chosen words that shape an entire perception. And when you place this clip next to the other FOIA footage, you start seeing a contrast, not emotion, actual contrast. Different tones, different confidence, different levels of agency. That doesn't mean one clip cancels the other out. It means both clips exist. And public records don't disappear just because the storyline evolves. This isn't about vibes, it's about aesthetics. It's not about defending or attacking. It's about listening to everything she's saying and not just what's convenient. Because when somebody shows you how they present themselves over and over again, the pattern is the point.
What I'd ever do without you. Like I said before I met you, I only went on the dating site to kind of see what was out there. I wasn't actually expecting to find my soulmate. Before I met you, I had plans to become a nun, and I didn't really know if that's what I wanted to do with my life, or if I wanted to see if I could find my soulmate. So I took a chance.
Your girl said she had plans on becoming a nun. A nun. She said she had plans on becoming a nun. That is something you really need to pay attention to, because that is how she wants to be perceived, as a good girl. But then she'll also say, you know, I commit these crimes, I do this, I do that. You know, it's just, I understand people say it's role playing, blah, 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 which it is, but she still has those thoughts in her mind. Like, it's not just role play. Like, it's part of it is her thought process. Okay, I'm calling BS because suddenly it's Family Man Diddy Christmas visits teaching his son how to be a good person. But why is he in prison right now? Notice how there aren't any major reports pushing the documentary, no deep dives, no accountability headlines. Instead, what we get is soft lighting and a Christmas visit, a father teaching his son values, that storyline. And that's where I get stuck. If you're teaching your son how to be a good man, why are you incarcerated? Good parenting doesn't erase consequences, love doesn't cancel charges. This feels like a strategic pivot. No denial, no defense, just distraction. You don't get to rewrite your legacy with a holiday visit. You don't get to character reset because your kids show up. If anything, this makes the situation even heavier because now your choices have front row witnesses. So miss me with the good father narrative until we address why he's behind bars in the first place and other things he has done allegedly. This teaching accountability starts with actually taking it. Drop your comments down below because I would love to hear what y'all have to say, because I know that this is going to be controversial because, it's his kids and he's trying and blah, 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 blah. But after that documentary, I don't feel like anybody should give that man grace. I said what I said. Okay, so King Combs said, on my daddy, if I ever see 50 Cent, I'll slap him. Sir, first of all, relax your Wi-Fi, because 50 Cent didn't respond with fear. He responded with a resume. He said, little bro, first close your mouth when you take pictures. Boom. Before the sentence even finished, it was over. Then he said, I've been rich 3 different times. 3, not once, not twice, 3. This man has sequels to his wealth. He sold records, sold shows, sold liquor, sold power. Basically said, I'll slap you with income streams. Meanwhile, King Combs is threatening violence like the IRS isn't watching his family's name in 4K. 50 didn't argue. He didn't yell. He didn't even insult him directly. He said, you're living off of Wi-Fi and legacy. Relax. That wasn't a clapback. That was elder supervision. That was put your phone down and drink some water, baby boy. This isn't beef. This is when the group chat elders step in and remind you, I was rich before Twitter and I'll be rich after I log off. Argue with your pappy. Don't argue with the math.
Everything he did, everything that drove him was about dominance with men and women.
Welcome to Watch Mojo, and today we're looking at Hollywood secrets that were kept hidden for decades until the truth finally broke through.
By the late 2000s, Dan had more control than pretty much any showrunner at Nickelodeon.
The Wizard of Oz's on-set scandals.
Oh, will you help me? Can you help me?
1939's The Wizard of Oz has delighted audiences for generations, but the truth about its scandalous production gradually came to light through cast interviews, studio notes, and biographies. Judy Garland, just 16 at the time, was reportedly placed on strict diets, given amphetamines to keep her energy up, and tranquilizers to sleep. Practices later corroborated in her own accounts and recollections from co-stars.
No hamburger. Mr. Mayor said very specifically you are not to eat the food.
I'm honestly very hungry.
Meanwhile, the Tin Man's original actor, Buddy Ebsen, nearly died from inhaling metallic makeup powder, prompting a hasty recast.
One night I took a breath and nothing happened. They got an ambulance for me and got me down to the hospital.
And with other nasty on-set accidents and the Munchkin actors reportedly subjected to low pay, it's all too clear the film's whimsical magic hit a deeply exploitative and hazardous set.
Pay no attention to that man behind the curtain. The Gwaylin Oz has spoken.
Disney's secret no-hire list. Disney has long maintained a carefully managed brand image, but few outside industry circles knew about the company's informal no-hire or do not recast lists.
I did end up getting fired from a children's show because they felt that I was unsafe now that they knew I was queer to be around kids. So there was definitely discrimination there.
Reports from former employees and journalists revealed that actors and creatives who clashed with leadership, caused production issues, publicly criticized the studio, or deemed controversial, could quietly be barred from future projects.
One good deed is not enough to redeem a man of a lifetime of wickedness.
It seems enough to condemn him.
Indeed.
While not an official blacklist in writing, multiple performers, including many who worked in the 1990s and early 2000s, stated they were warned by agents that Disney had deemed them difficult or unreliable. The issue resurfaced during wage-fixing investigations into animation studios, where communication about talent restrictions between companies further came to light. Hitchcock's treatment of Tippi Hedren.
You don't love me. I'm just something you caught. You think I'm some kind of animal you trapped.
That's right, you are.
For decades, Alfred Hitchcock's mistreatment of Tippi Hedren was whispered about in industry circles, but it wasn't until Hedren publicly detailed her experiences that the full picture emerged. The actress revealed that Hitchcock made obsessive, unwanted advances during the filming of The Birds and Marnie. She further claims he punished her professionally when she rejected him, refusing to release her from an exclusive contract.
I said, do what you have to do, and out the door I went.
And did he ruin your career?
Yes, he did. He kept me under contract, paid me my $600 a week.
Her accounts were supported by crew members and later biographical research. However, Hitchcock's problematic behavior wasn't limited to Hedren. He was also known for cruel on-set pranks, emotional manipulation of actors, and demeaning remarks toward performers.
There was no one that I could go to say, this is what is happening, and it's wrong. There was nobody to go to.
Scientology's influence on film sets. Tom Cruise's relationship with the Church of Scientology has been public for decades, but the extent to which it shaped his film sets became more widely known in recent years. Many insiders allege that Scientology members were sometimes placed in personal staff roles around Cruise, and that the church maintained influence over aspects of his public image and daily routine. Leah Remini, a former Scientologist, also claimed that the church's leadership took special measures to accommodate Cruise, including on film productions.
So when people say
Tom doesn't leave because they have information on him or John. That's not the reason. The amount of power they receive from this church is like nothing in Hollywood. It is like nothing. There is no reason for them to leave this environment.
While studios have never confirmed Scientology's operational presence on set, numerous reports from ex-church members and journalists have painted a consistent picture. Cruise's star power and his religious ties have long been intertwined.
Is Tom Cruise a true believer?
I feel that he is a true believer.
MGM's fixers. It was revealed that during the golden age of Hollywood, MGM maintained an internal group of fixers, studio operatives whose job was to bury scandals and protect the reputations of major stars. Led most famously by Eddie Mannix, MGM's fixers arranged hush money payments, destroyed police reports, fabricated alibis, and pressured journalists to suppress stories about affairs and assaults.
Not everything was as pretty as it seemed in the sunny coast of California. Mannix's role in Hollywood was to be a fixer, a person who fixes any problem, as he had done before in the amusement park. And at that time, it looked like MGM needed a powerful gardener.
They managed the fallouts around Clark Gable's secret child with Loretta Young, Judy Garland's struggles with substance abuse, and hit-and-run allegations involving major stars.
Gable was hidden in an ambulance, and the official press release was that a drunk driver had hit Gable and made him lose control.
For years, the studio's control over media outlets kept these operations hidden, but archival investigations ultimately revealed just how vast the cover-ups truly were. Stanley Kubrick's torment of Shelley Duvall.
I just want to go back to my room.
What?
I'm very confused. I just need a chance to think things over.
Stanley Kubrick's exacting directing style is legendary, but the extreme toll it took on Shelley Duvall during The Shining wasn't fully understood until behind-the-scenes footage and later interviews came to light.
Look at this. Pulled all my hair. I pulled hunks of hair out on the windowsill. And the back got caught.
Need to trim the hunks of hair.
Oh, look.
Okay.
You see, Kubrick pushed Duvall through an exhausting 100-plus takes for emotionally brutal scenes, kept her isolated from cast and crew, and dismissed her concerns to maintain the state of anxiety he wanted on camera.
From May until October, I was really in and out of ill health because the stress of the role was so great.
Duvall herself later described the experience as almost unbearable, and co-star Jack Nicholson acknowledged her suffering in interviews.
You need a bag.
Kubrick had a history of intense methods, however, as he also famously pushed actors through endless takes on films like Full Metal Jacket and Eyes Wide Shut.
It's just relax, Alice. This pot is making you aggressive.
Rock Hudson's hidden sexuality. At one time, Rock Hudson was one of Hollywood's biggest male stars, but his sexuality was carefully concealed through studio-orchestrated image management, a truth that only fully emerged after his AIDS diagnosis in 1985.
Women across America swooned over Hudson, whose own sexuality was a closely guarded secret.
Under contract with Universal, Hudson's public persona was shaped to portray him as a heterosexual leading man.
He was a creation of the studio system, and he was a valuable product that needed to be maintained and protected.
And while Confidential magazine came close to outing him in the 1950s, the studio cut a deal to redirect attention to other stars instead. Friends, co-workers, and later Hudson himself acknowledged the elaborate efforts to protect his privacy, including studio-arranged dates and a brief marriage engineered largely for optics.
Well, I mean, stifling. You talk about episodic TV. That's stifling. You're not allowed to do your best work. There's no time.
Charlie Chaplin's scandals. Charlie Chaplin is celebrated as a cinematic pioneer, but several scandals surrounding his private life were minimized or obscured until later biographers and court records brought them into focus.
He wanted somebody younger, classier. Didn't he?
Chaplin's relationships with much younger women, including marrying Lita Gray when she was still a teenager, caused major public uproar, but studios attempted to greatly manage the fallout.
I don't know that I could get into any detail on that, really. That would be indelicate.
His political troubles intensified when the FBI, led by J. Edgar Hoover, investigated him over alleged communist sympathies. Much of this information was public, But only decades later did historians piece together the full scope of his legal battles, relationships, and the government's intense campaign against him.
I would like to have told them that the sooner I was rid of that hate-beleaguered atmosphere, the better, that I was fed up of America's insults and moral pomposity.
The Weinstein blacklisting machine. The Harvey Weinstein sexual assault revelations were explosive, but the mechanisms he used to silence critics and blacklist actresses were only fully understood after journalists like Ronan Farrow uncovered internal documents.
Tonight, Harvey Weinstein is out, terminated from the company bearing his name.
It turns out Weinstein used private investigators, smear campaigns, and pressure on media outlets to suppress negative stories.
Everything he did, everything that drove him was about dominance with men and women. He put an enormous amount of energy into humiliating men and an enormous amount of energy into getting women to submit.
Actors, including Mira Sorvino and Ashley Judd, later revealed that Weinstein derailed their careers after they rejected or reported his behavior, a claim supported by directors like Peter Jackson, who said he was told they were difficult and should not be cast. The revelations exposed a decades-long system of intimidation and reputation destruction hidden behind Weinstein's industry influence.
Before we continue, be sure to subscribe to our channel and ring the bell to get notified about our latest videos. You have the option to be notified for occasional videos or all of them. If you're on your phone, make sure you go into your settings and switch on notifications.
Dan Schneider's Workplace of Horrors.
By the late 2000s, Dan had more control than pretty much any showrunner at Nickelodeon.
Dan Schneider, once Nickelodeon's most powerful showrunner, became the focus of intense scrutiny after former cast and crew members finally spoke out about toxic working conditions, inappropriate behavior, and a culture of intimidation.
They would be like, hey, can you stay an extra however long? I guess, sure. And you kind of look at your mom like, we're ignoring child labor laws again. Do you know? All right.
Reports included verbal outbursts, temper issues, and allegations of creating an uncomfortable environment for young performers.
For one thing, I am always trying to outdo the last thing that I did.
These concerns were later referenced in the explosive Quiet on Set documentary. Schneider denied the sexual abuse claims, but acknowledged his temper and the demanding atmosphere he fostered.
I could be cocky and definitely overambitious, and sometimes just straight up rude and obnoxious, and I am so sorry that I ever was.
Nickelodeon eventually cut ties with him in 2018 after an internal investigation reported complaints about his conduct and excessive control over productions.
Dan's presence in the room could change the vibe of the room. Everybody would kind of just be like, okay, shut up.
Which of these revelations shocked you the most? Let us know in the comments down below.